Hi everyone, welcome back to the studio. This is Studio Update number 10. Back in Studio Update number 7, I told the story of how I composed the melody for Into the Light, and today I'm going to be sharing the sort of the basic building blocks of that piece of music. The trick to this arrangement was to first build a background texture that would evolve over time, and then to build up layers of melody on top of that. So the basic texture was created using a brand new library from Spitfire Audio called London Contemporary Orchestra. And specifically, it's a violin texture called Tremolo sul Ponticello. So I'll pull that up here. And in order for the sound to evolve, I automated the dynamics using a slider so that it sounds like this. And then the secondary texture that went along with those violin tremolos was created in an Omnisphere patch that's called Moments of Wonder. And this time the automation was done on the modulation wheel over here. What that does is it kind of opens the sound up and adds more harmonics on top of it. So those two sounds then, when layered together, comprise the main background texture. Now for the melody, what I did was I started with a custom designed patch that I programmed in a program called Serum, which I know I've mentioned a bunch of times before. This is a patch that I created called Cosmic Organ, and here I'll pull it up for you. This sound, it uses a harmonic series waveform as its main waveform, and then also an analog sine wave that's been tuned up an octave and a fourth. And that's what gives it that kind of pipe organ tone. And then the sound is then fed through a series of reverbs, compression, and EQ, and you end up with this. The second melody layer that comes a bit later on in the piece was created with another Omnisphere patch. This time it's one called Violet Ice, and it adds this really nice mid-range underneath that very high-pitched Serum sound. And finally, what we have is the top layer. And for the top layer, I went back and again to the London Contemporary Orchestra plugin from Spitfire. And this time I used a violin texture called Long Harmonics. And here I'll play that for you. So when you combine all three of those melody layers together and layer them on top of that background texture, the result is this really beautiful, delicate, almost translucent sound quality. So that's where I will leave you today, as with the final results in the final mix. I hope you've enjoyed watching today's update, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.